Okay, I want to say welcome to another video here. In this video, we're going to talk about my past learning martial arts in China. So I previously had all those years, you could say worth 9 years of training. You could say that because I had 3 years of karate when I was young back in England. 3 years of kickboxing and 3 years of fire animal kung fu, with the weapons included and everything, plus my own training, like by myself at home anyway and stuff. A lot of years training martial arts back in the UK, but when I moved to China, I was already a full-on fanatic. I had experience in martial arts. I wasn't a black belt or anything, but I had so much experience in training various martial arts and knowledge on martial arts because I'd been reading up about it, been training by myself, plus studying more about Wing Chun by myself too, trying to learn about that. To this day, I've got my own syllabus on it and everything. But I've been training, and it's about what you take in, the knowledge, and what you absorb, and what you know, in what you actually have, the ability. So I've been training so much martial arts prior to coming to China and looking into it all and everything. I came to China, and it was hard to find a good teacher. It was very hard to find a good teacher that would really be good, really know something about martial arts, as in for real, real martial arts. Someone that would actually teach, that would actually teach me proper. And we went around a few places. There was this and that, and this and that, and there was someone who helped me, and they were trying to take me around, and they took me to this place. I remember they took me to this place where it was like a school, and it was like not a proper school, just a building, and it had this painting on the walls in the middle of nowhere with this guy, a Chinese man, and we went in the door, and it said it was a martial arts school and whatever, as such. But there was just some young boy there, some young kid, and he showed a few moves and stuff, just fancy. But I was left standing there. I forgot even what I had to do. It was just some kind of stretcher or something. Anyway, it turned out after a few times of going there, the guy, the main adult, was never around. And I was not taught anything. Anyway, mucking around was a waste of time. It was all a con. You could see maybe the guy didn't really know anything. Who knew? Because we thought this was some kind of institute of some kind that taught some kind of martial arts or something. Kung Fu. But anyway, after some searching and hunting, we actually came across someone who knew some Wushu, a guy of the Wushu, who knew Wushu. Long fist, that is, a long fist being Chang in Mandarin Chinese. And he was good at various forms of martial arts too, various different other styles of Wushu or Chinese traditional martial arts, specifically more northern, flowing, agile styles which needed a lot of flexibility. So he'd be able to do jumping kicks and spinning and all this amazing stuff. The guy was actually in his late 40s at the time. But this guy was phenomenal. He was a short guy by the name of Fan Xin Li. Fan Xin Li, his name was. And I could not speak any Chinese at the time because it was my first. I just come to China, And now I can speak, and it's such a shame because I really wish I could actually talk with the guy. I'm not in contact with him anymore, and I would love to be able to actually maybe talk to couple of these teachers that I'd learned with martial arts. So this guy taught me long fist wushu in a nutshell. He taught me for a few months. I learned with him basics in long fist wushu, Chang. You can look it up. It's in the Olympics and stuff now. But I just learned basic stuff. I wasn't like that level. I can't do backflips and all the really crazy stuff. But we learned basic forms. I couldn't do any cartwheels or flips or anything like that. But it's very like gymnastic kind of type training. Very fancy, but There is meaning to the moves. You see, like the Shaolin monks and stuff doing these kind of movements, these forms, and this is the kind of kung fu we learn basically. So I learned 2 bare hand forms from him. I've got video footage of that as well. You can look at. I'll probably upload some like old school footage and stuff on this channel so you guys can see. Okay. Of different kind of training and stuff. I love the training. I was really, really inspired by movies of Jet Li, Li Linjie, okay, Jet Li. He was one of my heroes growing up, and I wanted to learn those kind of flowing styles. I had a bit of experience learning with other people, a little tiny bit of Tai Chi, okay, Tai Chi, a Yang Shi Tai Chi Chuan, okay, and not the Chen Shi Tai Chi Chuan, but Yang style basically, not Yang style, but not Chen style, but I learned a bit of that. I was able to actually teach myself a form from watching videos and stuff, and I taught myself a whole Tai Chi form, and I trained it the best I could. I even taught myself that. I've been watching a lot of forms and stuff over the years and martial arts and training very hard, focus, really trying to train to master the skills properly, not just sitting back and thinking I know it all. But I've actually done that over the years too, studied martial arts and taught myself things from forms, even created my own, and I've done so many different kinds of training. Each martial art that I've learned over the years has taught me different kinds of flexibility, like workouts and strength workouts and exercise routines. And I've actually taken it all and taken the best from the best and worked out what's best for me over the years and adapted to suit my own needs. We trained the Wushu, by the way, outside in an open space. And if it was raining, usually we'd put off the training. There were times when we trained indoors, but it was usually outside. There was a couple of times where there was like a big hall and we'd train in there sometimes too. But we trained that, okay. In China, there's a lot of parks where you see people training martial arts, but it's like mainly Tai Chi and stuff, Tai Chi. If you know about the 3 internal martial arts of Kung fu styles. I mean, there's external and then there's internal. I won't go into detail in this video as such, but they are, Tai Chi, okay, Tai Chi, Bagua, okay, Bagua Chang, which I was also lucky to learn some of, and then Xing Yi Chuan, but I've only learned a little bit of that in terms of the stepping and the punching. But let's get back to the point, okay, as such. So, which is a little bit similar to Wing Chun, by the way, in some respects. Straight line maneuvers, They say there's a philosophy thing where they say, it's said that, Bagua goes around the house, Xing Yi goes through the house or through the room, the room, and Tai Chi fills the room or something like that, fills the space, something like that. There's a lot of beautiful philosophy and stuff like that behind it, martial arts. Anyway, there's hard and soft, martial arts methods of training too, as it is. So yeah, I trained long fist wushu, and when I was learning the long fist wushu, I was also able to learn a full broadsword form, which is the broadsword, the curved edged saber type sword, not the straight double-edged sword, but the single-edged curve. I learned a form, and I also learned halfway to like 2/3 of a staff, gunshu, a long stick form as well. Now, I told you previously that I had learned staff and sticks and swords and knives and stuff in my previous kung fu training back in England, but the difference was with this, I actually I was learning that the northern style, the more fluid, like wushu style, spinning, jumping, and all that kind of stuff, kicking while fighting. This is when that's what I learned with the wushu teacher in China. I then also later on I was actually able to learn with another Chinese teacher who inspired me. I was learning Bagua, okay, Bagua Chang. I think what I'll do is I'll make another video talking about the Bagua training I learned, because there's a little bit of information I can give on that as well, okay? But basically, on the whole, the Chinese martial arts that I learned, the martial arts I learned in China, there was no sparring or hand-to-hand conditioning, like training, like for the most part, with people, like actually getting the reaction and all that. It was mainly fitness training basically, and training by myself and the moves and everything. You know, I won't say a dance. Some people call it a dance, but it was good focus training and very good fitness training. I'll say that. Okay, you know, it's closest I was ever going to get to like going to Shaolin Temple or Wudang or places like that, which I've still not been to this day in this video. But you know, this kind of stuff, and I've always been fascinated by all of the Chinese martial arts, be it external, internal, northern, southern, you know, whatever. I find them so fascinating and so deep, you know, and rich in their goodness is all I can really say. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video, and I'll talk about my Bagua training here, Bagua Jang. Thanks for watching.